Iran forges alliance with Russia and China to defy U.S. sanctions. Tehran is deepening its financial and military ties with Beijing and Moscow, forming a crucial lifeline as it attempts to bypass tough U.S. sanctions and endure Washington's renewed maximum pressure campaign. Security analysts are closely watching this development. As the U.S. intensifies its economic pressure, Iran has increasingly turned to non-Western blocs and alliances. It's uniting further with Russia and China, positioning itself as a pivotal player in a network directly challenging American global influence. This comes as former President Donald Trump declared what he called the most crushing economic operation ever taken against any country, threatening severe consequences for nations and businesses that provide Iran with economic support, aiming to further isolate Tehran. According to Behnam Ben Taleblu, a senior director at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, the Islamic Republic is fighting for survival. To do so, it must adapt, not just to U.S. and Israeli military pressure, but also to Washington's significant political and economic campaigns. Iran is clearly looking to maximize its engagement with countries like Russia and China, which have faced similar U.S. pressure in the past. Key vehicles for Iran's outreach include BRICS, the economic bloc comprising Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and its new expansion nations, and the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, a Eurasian political, economic, and security alliance led by Beijing and Moscow. Former President Trump previously labeled BRICS policies as anti-American. The governor of Iran's central bank, Abdelnasser Hemati, stated that Tehran will soon join the BRICS-backed New Development Bank. While the bank has not confirmed Iran's membership, Hemati emphasized the importance of this cooperation, seeing it as a way for Iran to shield itself from U.S. political and economic pressure. Iran aims to formally integrate into economic systems spearheaded by Russia and China, powers actively seeking to challenge the U.S. dollar and American influence globally. Policymakers in Washington, Taleblu warns, need to recognize how interconnected these state-level threats are becoming. These independent relationships, despite their differences, are coalescing into an authoritarian axis. These nations, he suggests, are currently better at managing their internal differences than America and the liberal Western order. On the military front, Russia is reportedly supplying Iran with ammunition, drone components, and TNT via Caspian Sea shipping routes. This indicates Tehran is relying on Russian technology and military support to counter U.S. military and economic pressure. Even limited technology and military flows from Russia help Iran to adapt and persist in challenging the U.S. order in the region. In the short term, this anti-American authoritarian order appears to have lower transaction costs than its pro-American counterpart. Taleblu also highlights Iran's dual role. It's a member of what he calls the Axis of Aggressors, a coalition of authoritarian states including Russia, China, and North Korea, and also leads the Axis of Resistance, Tehran's network of regional proxy groups like Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, and Shiite militias in Iraq. These groups, he notes, share hostile intentions towards the U.S. and the liberal world order, acting as authoritarians at home and creditors abroad. Crucially, even if Iran's economic aspirations within BRICS aren't fully realized, the political and military backing it receives from Moscow and Beijing at this critical time remains profoundly significant. Taleblu clarifies that the Islamic Republic of Iran acts as a linchpin, bridging the state threats the U.S. faces in the 21st century from the axis of aggressors with non-state threats in the Middle East. It serves as a conduit for capabilities, money, and technology flowing from states to non-state actors.